Now, welcome back, everyone. So, I was asked if we could go over building of our pallets. They are a basic bee pallet. This is just a two-way bee pallet. You can make them into four-way. Now, anybody that has followed us or wants to make it, you'll have to change the dimensions. So we run a 7-frame box, so it's definitely not your ordinary standard equipment, which is 10 and 8 frames. So these are 7-frame boxes. I had some people ask for the dimensions of the pallet though, so I'll give it to you, but just know it's for 7-frame and not a 10-frame. We'll kind of go over what we do. I don't think there's really too much differences. One thing is though, they do line up with the cleats on our lid, so they sit nice and firm, flat on the bottom hive, so in transportation and stuff. So I'll bring you in closer and we'll have a look at it. Alright, so one thing that you notice is we use PVC board. Alright, so this is PVC. This is all constructed out of PVC board. That's probably a lot different. You can definitely use wood. When COVID hit, you know, like prices of wood went sky high. PVC board was actually cheaper than the wood, so we stocked up on a lot of PVC, and so we're making them out. I've been using it for these hive lids in our bottoms for many years. It does well. The one thing about PVC, I think it will probably last forever. I won't have to rebuild these, and my kids can carry it on if they want to continue down the beekeeping journey. The downside is it slides, so you have to definitely get some braces. That's what these are for. You can definitely use W clips or U clips that are on regular pallets. I didn't have them, but I have a lot of this stuff for some reason, so we just have that tied down. That way the colony, the hive box, it sits on here. Once the bees glue it down though, it's usually no big deal. Another benefit to them is they are very lightweight. So these things, if you're worried about weight, I mean, they're not much to it. These runner boards on the bottom right here, they are that composite decking material, and at the time these were cheaper than our 2x4 wood boards, pressure treated. So we went with these. Easy to cut, easy to handle, but again, the weight is something that is a lot less. Now, I am not a commercial beekeeper. That's not what we do. I manage bees for people who want or need bees around, and that is what we do. So I'm not out in the pollination world. Our hives are not traveling a lot. The reason why I like pallets is we have to close some yards, and you know, we open a lot, so I need something that's easy to move. 2 people, you can put handles right here, and 2 people can move these real easy, or you can use a modified hand truck, dolly, and easily move these. Would a PVC board pallet hold up in the commercial trade? I'm not for sure. It might not be sturdy enough compared to your wood, but I've never had like lids or the bottoms breaking and stuff. But I'm not really that hard on the equipment either, like the commercial world would be. So I'm not really for sure how these would hold up in that level, but for what we use it for, I love them. You can definitely make these out of wood. The wood is probably going to be cheaper than the PVC board. I priced it a couple of days ago, and PVC is way higher than wood. So let's go over some dimensions right quick. The one down here, this one is 22 long. This one right here is 25. I'm going to cut this front off. I'm not sure here. 25 and a half. I'm going to cut this front down and just make it to 22. And that's plenty long enough for what we need it to do with. There's 3 runners. Again, you'll just make them however long this is. You don't need a big landing board here, and you know, you can just have an inch sticking out. I learned this from Bob Benny though. He uses like a 1/2 inch offset right here. That way, if you are putting them on a truck, and if they slide up together, then with his, I think his just has a 1 inch landing board right here, and then the 1/2 inch, so it gives it if they slide together, there's still airflow coming through the colony. That's one of the main benefits of having that part right there. So they are for the 7 frame, it is right at 25.5 this way. This one again is 25.5, and these right here are just your standard size, so they're 19 and about 1/4, and then 25 in the back. This one in the middle is 2. That gives you 2. The bottom rails are 25, so they screw together pretty easy. It's pretty self-explanatory. We are in the process of moving all of our woodenware over to Appamate, and so when we do that, we take out these this right here, and then that way our Appamates just sit on top of this frame as well. And then we'll put a little ring right here on both sides, and then that way we can use a strap to hold those down if we need to move them and stuff. So another thing that is on here is, so our pallets line up with these cleats on our tops, so they sit in between them, and they line up right there, and that way there is no like, once you get them braced, but there is no sliding forward and back. They won't come off. There's a cleat down here in the front that will lock it. Right here on the bottom one, it locks it into place, so that gives firm weight on the lids, just so that if you're traveling long distance, I recommend doing that. You can put a strap, of course, through, because you don't want your colonies to slide off, no matter how well the bees glue it. If you're traveling long distance on the interstate, I suggest strapping every level, and you know, but we got weight evenly dispersed on the lid itself down here. So the interlock is just easier to haul with. The most I would ever haul, you know, would be 30 to 60 colonies at one time. I just don't keep that large of yards, or we're just not moving that many hives at once. But if I needed to, you could definitely stack them up and go. I have a little flatbed trailer that we can put, you know, probably 90 to 120 hives on if we needed to, going it on this route. But I've never had that many on it at one time, so we just use that. The forks, they're easily go in here, right here to lift up, transport. Again, easy, self-explanatory. We'll drill drain holes in the back here. I haven't done that yet, but we'll have drain holes, one in each corner, and they'll be about 5/8, and that way the bees really don't mess with it. So there you go. That's our pallets, and then that will give you some space right here between the colonies, easy to get some airflow through. The wood's not rotting if you give airflow, and then you can brush out the debris on the bottom. So that's our pallets for everybody that wanted to see. Have a look at them and note some dimensions on them in case you ever wanted to do 7 frame equipment. Again, if you do 7 frame equipment, you can't buy it, so you either have to build your own stuff to do it, or you have to find a supplier that will build it. I have a friend that will cut a lot of our boxes for us, and we also build a lot ourselves. So, but I enjoy the 7 frames. And all right, y'all be keeping it real out there. Hope your bees are doing good. We will catch you on the next one. See ya.